shakeup in the Salt Lake City Police Department tonight. What changes fellow officers are hoping to see made?
Brian Will is live at the Salt Lake City Police Department with the latest on the search to replace outgoing Chief Mike Brown.
Good evening. The decision of who will run this department now rests in the hands of the mayor, who will appoint the next chief. I spoke to officers and the public today about what qualities they'd like to see in their next chief. The leader of those who respond to these calls is in question, as lawmakers on the Hill are not sure who's behind perceived woes in the Salt Lake City Police Department.
We'd like to see some new blood come in, some new ideas.
It's one of those positions that people cycle through.
Duncan Osborne lives in Salt Lake City and would like to see more enforcement when it comes to speeding, noise complaints, and homelessness.
Town seems reasonably safe, other than a little bit of petty crime and the homeless situation, which is never going to get solved.
What qualities, what would you like to see in this new police chief?
The same everybody wants to see: honesty and transparency and openness.
As for what officers would like to see in their next chief, Ray Flores, the president of the Capital City Fraternal Order of Police, says someone who will fight for them.
There have been leaderships that I've worked for in the past where you could tell they've been far removed from the streets for quite some time. And as a line officer, we appreciate those chiefs that can relate with us and know exactly what we're going through. We appreciate that they have to be fiscally responsible with the funds they have, but we also want somebody who's going to fight for funding for us to have the right tools to do our job.
I reached out to Mayor Mendenhall asking her about the search. Her office told me no additional comments at this time, but that the mayor will share next steps soon. I asked when the mayor would be available to share those next steps, and I'm still waiting a response. Now, Chief Brown's last day here is February 28th, and still no timeline on a replacement as of yet. Reporting live in downtown Salt Lake City, Brian Will, KUTV 2 News.
Brian, thank you. A state rapid response team could swoop into Salt Lake City on police calls if city police do not do their job.
That plan emerging at the state capitol just a couple of days before Mike Brown announced he was going to be stepping down. Brian Malahy live at the Capitol for us. Brian.
Yeah, and Republican lawmakers voicing concern here over Salt Lake City police responses, or the lack, in some cases, thereof, they say. Their main concern, enforcing code on homelessness and the crimes they say it spawns. And they do not rule out fault for Mayor Mendenhall.
Has the public safety issue in Salt Lake City been a problem of the chief's making, or is the mayor to blame?
Having become involved in the area around the State Fair Park and the new development that's going on there, it was evident that we were going to have to police that area in a different way than Salt Lake City was there. The response that they were providing was sporadic, and I don't know who that would fall on.
Another GOP senator said he's not sure if, quote, policy calls at the mayor's level contribute to it, but residents and businesses are complaining to him about homelessness, vandalism, and theft. The state rapid response team would be created under a measure called HB 465, which has its first hearing tomorrow morning. Live at the Capitol, Brian Malahy, KUTV 2 News.
Brian, thank you. Our coverage continues on the search for a new Salt Lake City police chief.
2 News Chief Investigative Reporter Wendy Halloran joining us live in studio tonight. Wendy, what did you discover?
Well, Brian and Heidi, I reached out to the mayor's office. Communications Director Andrew Wittenberg says he doesn't believe the job has been posted, but says Mayor Mendenhall will announce an interim police chief on or before March 1st. He says he does not have additional details about the job posting, timeline, compensation, package, or potential candidates. I asked if there would be a nationwide search. No answer to that question. I noticed on Salt Lake City's government homepage a deputy chief of police job opening was posted more than 30 days ago. Now, I did some digging. According to Transparent Utah, with benefits, Chief Brown's salary for 2025 totals $420,091. He's seen a hefty bump in pay. In 2022, with benefits, Chief Brown earned $329,823. So how does Chief Brown's salary compare to other cities in the Western region? Now in 2022, the Las Vegas Review-Journal reported the top paid employees for Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. This pay includes pay and benefits. Director, $573,342. Undersheriff, $417,699. Now we checked Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque's police department chief made $204,023 in 2022. That's according to the Albuquerque Journal. Now you need to remember these numbers are also based on experience and years of employment. I will keep asking. It's a big job with a lucrative salary, and you have the right to know more information about who is being considered for the top job.